What's up guys, Cool here. So I finally cleared the Soaping Showdown 20, but it's only 1 star. If I can upgrade everything, every T1 to T0, I think I can compete it with 3 star, but 1 star is enough. I just want to get the legendary drop. So this is a Rehan Anger Distortion Burst build. So first we look at equipment. Full crown, the best is to get the gear armor and the flat physical damage. We don't need to care about the strength. Yeah. And then the blight. I want to get the attack and cast speed one, but this one is too expensive. And I don't think we have enough to get T1 burst. T1 burst, we need a lot of attack speed. T1 burst is around 1 frame 30 burst hit, and that need a very high cast speed, and I didn't upgrade my cooldown recover speed also. So it's best to just get these 2 double corrode. It's not really that expensive. I think this one you have to go search the... Yeah, it's not really that expensive. Depend on the bottom one. This one, like 19 will be a bit expensive. Yeah, mine is very low. What is my damage? Only 16. If you want, can get 20 and above. And then for the amulet, strength or dex, the base effects doesn't matter. For this one, it will be best for me if I use 30 tricks here. But I didn't go for 30 tricks because the time when I played, all this material is expensive. For 30 tricks, Beyond Cure is much cheaper. So I just go for cheap build. And for crafting amulet, we get armor, have favor, distortion damage, cold resistant. The last one, element resistant. Depend on what we use. Are we using trade off? Trade off, your strength and dex need to be the same. If we are using the survival wheel, just stack strength. So this part, get all attribute. They are on the advanced effects. Get the all state. If you are going for survival wheel, we go for strength stacking. Around 300 or 400 strength. So survival wheel, if you want, you can also get the strength here. But the best is to get armor, double corrode. And then for the death touch, I get max life and the physical, the 2-handed weapon. Now should be cheap. Now this should be like cheap. Yeah. But the bottom one, try to get the flat physical damage. This is like 1,000, 3,000 at least. The time I bought the glove that I have, this one is like 1,000 plus. So if you want to get more flat physical damage, can get the flat physical damage at the bottom one. That is like 3,000 over. Like I say, I go for build that is cheap so that most players can afford it. But all this equipment, if you go for cheap one, you must look at your pack. Do you have these 3 pack? If you don't have these 3 pack, then you have to go for best in slot. Like this is to get Paralysis. And then this part is to get the erosive damage and 10% erosive pen. 10% erosive pen is from here. This is to increase the spirit magus. Yeah. So if you don't have these 3 pad, then you have to go for best in slot. This part, best in slot, gear armor and the flat physical damage. This one, best in slot, maybe 25% and above. And this T0, distortion damage, all distortion damage 1, 2, 3, 4 have to be T0. Distortion damage increase a lot of our damage. And the death touch also the same. Maybe you have to get the the fact physical damage at the bottom one. So you can't use exactly the same as what I have. You have to get the best in slot if you are using, if you don't have the 3 better pack spirit, they have to be careful. If not, you will lose a lot. And back into the crafting. This part we get cooldown recover speed. And then Beyond Cure, because Beyond Cure material is like so cheap for the branding recipe. And then this part I get a dex. So you need to maintain your strength and dex if you are going for trade off. If you are using survival will, just go for strength. And then distortion damage, distortion chance. Distortion chance, this part just need to get 1 T0 for distortion chance. Just need 1 is enough. And this part also you need to upgrade cooldown. So there's a lot of things you need to upgrade to T0 if you don't have the 3 DPS pack. Here we get the resistance cooldown, distortion damage, and then the boots, max life. Oh yeah, my old boots is here. My old boot is here. These have more damage. These is my old boots. +2 physical skill level. These have a bit more damage, but I can't get T1 on the damage over time. And this armor is a donation, haha, sponsored by Anthem from the Twitch chat. So it's also like everything is the same, just that here have a higher cooldown. That time I was like still slowly to craft. And then he told me that he bought this, how much? 2000 frame rally? Maybe it's because it doesn't have the physical skill level, but it have more survive. So remember, you don't need to copy everything that I have. These 2 books, like if you have more strength, then we have to get more dex on the pack spirit because of trick off. If you're not using trick off, then just get strength or armor. And then this one is like try to get high cooldown recover speed for the Sweet Dream. This one, the max might can be +2 physical skill level. The rest have to be T0. So these 2 books, the only difference is T1 to the damage over time and +2 physical skill level. And here I have more strength. So these 2 both can be used. If you want to go for max life or +2 physical skill level, up to you. But these have to be everything T0. So for ring, right, this both ring is the same. Max life, distortion damage, distortion chance. This just need to get 1 T1 is T0 enough. 1 T0 is enough. That if you get 2 T0, you will have too much. 100% chance for distortion chance is enough. And then I have no luck to upgrade this to T0. But I got upgrade this distortion damage to T0. But the other one, I haven't. And I lower some of my resistance to get critical strike damage. That's why this part I add element resistance compared to the old build that I share on the pro build there. If your strength stacking here is all state, then this part, maybe some of the resistance you have to add it into the Pacts period, or you can't use the critical strike damage. Like a lot of, oh yeah, this one, the core I didn't upgrade. I didn't get T0 on this core, but my core is already enough. So the resistance have to go maintain it ourselves. Like go look at your resistance and then go maintain it. And this one, I have no luck. I spend 4 to 6 times to get T1 to T0, all fail. So if you want, you can get this to T0. I only say that good luck to all this crafting. The bottom one, erosive damage or physical damage. The prefix is all the same. Flat physical damage, everything physical damage. And that's where we get our damage from. The bottom, additional damage to life, attack, and cast speed. This must be T0. And then erosive damage. This one is much easy to craft out. Compare the rest. I'm not sure why. This weapon is so much easier to craft compared to the other. If you can find someone that they sell it, maybe one FX difference, maybe you can buy and then recraft. But I don't think most of these type of equipment can be bought because they are not really popular. So if you want to go for more damage, you should remember to get T0 on the distortion damage. And then the distortion chance, try to get to 100. This one, 1 T0 on distortion chance. The other two, you have to maintain the percentage to get 100%. And the overall cooldown recovery speed, I only have 80%. So I believe I'm at around T2 burst. Should be around T2 burst. Because it's hard for this build to go test it out. If you want to get 30 tricks, you have to get it on the belt. And the belt 30 tricks is not cheap. And you have to add a lot of ailment. And then you have to get add 10 base ailment on the amulet. Most of the time this base is not cheap. And then we still need to get corrupted curse. 2,000 over. The time I bought this also around the same price. Like the hero amulet. Don't need to look for hero. Yeah, maybe 2,000, 3,000. Mostly 2006 and above. They are not cheap. And then the next one is the hero memory. Hero memory here this season, right? +2 hero trait level for the epic. Hero memory is cheap. So I get every one of them +2 hero trait level. But the second FX, this one is fixed FX. Just whichever is cheap. I just go for cheap one. And the main thing is what? Attack critical strike damage and 18% origin of the Spirit Magus effect. This was at 15%, 1.5. And then I go reroll it because I thought that it's easy to get the Spirit Magus. But damn, 1%. Fuck, man. I wasted like 800 over. No, I think it's like 300. Epic hero memory track. I can't even get it. So this one is best to buy 17% and above. And the best is to get the attack crit rate, attack critical damage, attack critical rate. I don't think physical skill critical strike damage increase our damage. Burst only have burst tag. Burst only have physical skill tag, but I don't think it's a physical skill. It's a trigger skill. That's why here I didn't get the physical skill level. And I don't really want to like reroll it, so I get armor. Max life also can. The base stack, this one best to get armor. And for these, if you are using trade off, this part try to get dex. If you are using survival will, go for strength. And this part can be attack speed or movement speed. I like to get movement speed because the movement speed is too low on this build. Attack speed is also not bad, but movement speed will be a bit expensive with a +2 hero trait and 18% origin of Spirit Magus. I bought them all, it's like less than 1,005. Maybe now it's a bit expensive. So good luck finding a good one. Here it's like we can get more damage. Level 3 is like 80%, 88%. So level 4 is 99%. Level 3 is 120%. Then level 4 is 130%. This one increase some crit rate. Next one is the skill. For training dummy, I like to use Whirlwind. For mapping and boss fight, I use the Salvage Charge. And then we use the lock on at guard, blinding to blind the enemy to get some survive. Timid curse. If you are very rich, you can get timid curse under the ring, and then ignore this sweet dream. You can remove this sweet dream, get timid curse here, but I can say too expensive. You can do it if you are rich. If not, don't buy the timid curse ring. Not worth it. And Burrage, I go test it out. We need Burrage. At first, I thought that we got enough damage for Burrage stat, but no, we have to use Burrage. If not, damage not enough. And like this part, why I go get Sweet Dream on the weapon, or you can get it on the belt here, can get cooldown recover speed. This part can get Timid Curse, cooldown recover speed, or the weapon here. Try to get at least one of them minus max energy shield, so that your max energy shield is 0. Like, we don't need to care about intelligence, we don't need to care about max energy shield. Like, these two things is not bad to minus them up. Yeah. So why I suggest minus it, so that you don't need to care about the activation medium energy shield. These just get 34% and above. And you don't need to care about how many energy shield lower than how many percent. Don't need to care about this. Because we have 0 energy shield, this shit will always trigger. You always trigger by 0.1 second. So yeah. I bought this mainly is because I want to use the Resurrect Warcry if I want to run in this space. But if we change this Will Spike, we lose like half of our DPS. For example, you are at 5 trillion DPS. If you remove one of these, our damage will become 2.5 trillion DPS. So we lose half of our damage for this build. And we go for 0.3 second, 16 meter and below. And then remove lock on. Always lock on is so expensive, so we go for the cheap one. Because this part, we can always add a lock on here. So this have to remember, this have to be 0.3 second. I try it out, 0.5 second, damage not high. When I get 0.3 second, the damage increase by a lot. So try to get 0.3 second. And then hunt. This part, try to get the maximum damage. It's very cheap for Will Spike. This season, not much people playing it. So, Distortion damage, we can get a bunch of damage from Will Spike. Like these two, third exclusive support and the 5th exclusive support go for the T0, the one that give the most damage. The same, these two is the same. And then this part, we add additional will stack. To stack more will stack, so that we can get more damage here, and you always minus the additional distortion duration. The main survive, right, for this build, we're using Source, because Preview of the God is too expensive. So Alchemist, we use Alchemist, God of War, Ranger, and then Alchemist. When we use Alchemist, we lose around 30 to 40% DPS compared to like having Ronin, all that, or like Shadow Master give most damage to Distortion build. We lose like around 30 to 40% damage for having Alchemist. That's why I say we already lose like 40%. If you don't have these, you will lose even more damage. So we need to get a lot of like best in slot on the equipment. Everything have to be T0. I can clear 1 star with just a few T0, but for player that doesn't have these 3 pack and we are using the Source, then you have to go for everything best in slot. Like this part have to get the flat physical damage. This one have to get 25% and above. If not, you will not have enough DPS. For source, we go for the Elusive Magus. This part, Precise Friend Spirit Magi. This is a must. I don't have enough frame alley, so I didn't buy it. You'll reduce a lot of damage over time. But with the build, my survival is still fine. And this part, try to see how many you can afford. Go for the highest erosive damage. And then the Rock Magus. This one, try to get T1. The time when I bought this, T2 is so expensive, so I bought a T2. T1 was so expensive, so I bought a T2. Yeah. And one of the good survival is having Protection Field. Protection Field don't need precise. We don't need the precise at all. Just use the normal version of the Protection Field is enough. The only thing that we need is Precise Friend of Spirit Magi. We need 2 of it to reduce damage over time and reduce armor, reduce hit damage. If you have it, if you have a Precise Friend of Spirit Magi, you will lower a lot of hit damage. And then the Summon Force Magus, this is for life regen. These 2 don't really need precise. Like these 3 don't really need precise. The last one is the Precise Fearless. Try to see how much you can afford. And then you need Restrain and the Aura Amplification. I don't think we can squeeze in Concentrated. If you want to squeeze in Concentrated, it's too hard. Not enough suited mana for this build. And next is the Candle. Candle, you need to get additional curse. And then this part can be additional physical damage or flat physical damage. Like these 2. See, whichever is cheap, you get. Both of them give damage. Add physical damage. This is a flat damage. This one is additional physical damage. So get whichever is cheap. And then the next one is the chance to gain blessing. So see whichever is cheap, but one must have additional curse. The other one is additional trigger. No, not additional. The trigger for blessing. Like if this part, oh yeah. This part, the Paralyze is really a bit hard to get Paralyze. If you don't have the Red Umbrella, this Paralyze, you only can get it on the Slate. Under the Slate here, it's best to find on the Fallen Starlight. And then you need to get this one. It's a must. So if you go for this, you see if you can get the Restoration one, minus 12%, minus 20%. This have to be at bottom. No, there's nothing. Too bad. Yeah, this one. Another one is the movement speed. Movement speed with the life regen. This one, life regen speed and movement speed. Nope. That's one. This one. So try to get these. You need to get a Paralyze here if you don't have Red Umbrella. And that is for the Candle. Because we have nothing that casts spell. Another way is to get the Timid Curse under the ring. So that this part, right, we can use the Shackle of Manlis. You'll see if you have to use Shackle of Manlis. Huh? Oh, this one. Need to use Shackle of Manlis. Then you have to activate this one. This part you have to add Grudge. And then you need one more, 15. So depend on your Here is only 10. Here is need 15. Yeah, maybe you have to lower, like you have to remove one and then add it here. And this part have to add the check out on Mandy's, the one that increased the curse. This one. You have to do it this way. Here can increase 35% additional curse effect. So your timid curse have to be at here. No choice if you don't have the paralyze. Paralyze, that's why it's cheaper to get it on the slate here. Like just now that I show you, the live regen speed plus the paralyze or the paralyze with the distortion damage. Minus 20% additional distortion duration. Because I go for cheap build, so there's a lot of stuff. You have to look at your build, what you need. You don't need to follow everything that I use. Sometimes it's very bad to just follow everything that the build have to according to your situation and change it. The next one is the talent. So we go for God of War, Ranger, and Alchemist. God of War here have more point. Like just follow here. This one is brutality. The other one is the automatic upgrade. That's why we have harden. And then Ranger, gravity. This one is keep it up. Keep it up can increase a lot of damage. And then max life, like all these. Just follow. And then this one is the favor. Alchemist. By right, we don't really need to select these at all. Because we are not using any restoration skill. And then this part. This is for movement speed, armor. So this one can don't need to select. This one also. But I select this is because I want to minus additional damage taken for the Spirit Magi. This part is +1 max Spirit Magi for the map. It's because of this skill. If you bought this precise friend of Spirit Magi, it's 3 types of Spirit Magis. And this part, if you look at it, this is 2 types. So if you bought the precise one, then you add 1 point into here. But why I add 1 point without the precise friend Magi? Because I want to reduce the damage. So that my protection field always transfer my life, my damage life to the minion. And the minion don't really get into the regen phase. And then this one is the Pregame of the God. Trade off. Right now, trade off is all gone. Oh, there's someone sell it. Oh, this one is back again. Yeah. If you want to buy trade off, go buy the one with a minus 20% additional distortion duration. If you want to get survivor wheel, also the same. Survivor wheel. Survival wheel will be a bit cheaper. Survival wheel have better survive. Restore 40% max life and at low life. This help for our build. And with survival wheel, we can stack a lot of strength. And then we go for God of Might. Here is what? Like you just search for 3. Here you can get max life. This one. If you go for survival wheel, we go for strength stack. Then you go for +1 max life per 4 strength. Like this is not bad. Paralyze increase 100%. In fact, the paralyze 100%. This become 30%. If you can get this at the bottom and then use the Abase the spark to copy it, also not bad. Just that this one is a bit expensive. So for me, I use trade-off. For trade-off, what I use, this is still cheap. The regen life at bottom, additional damage at the top, or the additional damage. You can find all sorts of additional damage by using the condition groups. Any additional damage, and then you just search them. Sometimes you can get the cheap one. This one don't really need. Is it because I select the, yeah. This one is like so cheap. The most expensive one is the one with the curse, or the curse at the bottom. Yeah, this one is still cheap. You can just search all additional damage, crit damage, and then the infect paralysis effect, and then you go search them, buy the cheap one. That time I bought this is like very cheap. Physical damage when having favor. This one also cheap. I'm not sure why is it so cheap. Like the curse, search for the curse at the bottom. Search for the curse at bottom. It's very cheap. Just buy this. 10% additional curse against curse. 10% additional damage against curse enemy. This one is a multiply compared to this type. The way they multiply damage is different. It works differently. That's why curse is always expensive. Just that this build is not really popular. Not much people use it. And then I go craft this myself because I want to kill the boss fast with the 10% life. So I get critical strike can be alignment enemy under 10% life and +1 physical skill level. So I go brand it. I just nice got 2 branding effects that I can use. The step strike do nothing. So this depends on your luck. And if you look at the effect list on the legendary node, physical skill level is good. And then life regain is good for survive. Additional physical damage for favor. 6% life. This one trauma, minus trauma damage. This is not bad for mapping. These we can't use because it convert our physical damage to erosive already. We can't use these. And then the chance to weaken enemy is so for survive also. Here the shadow quality should be not bad because we are using the wheel spike. Favor effect, critical strike damage per favor, and then critical strike damage can align enemy. The proximity, this one is not really useful to be honest. And then increase, not bad. This one is to get a bit damage. So between God of War and the God of Might, if you are using trade-off, can go for God of War. If you are using survival wheel, go for God of Might. So if you look at the list, just that God of Might is a bit hard to craft because of the effects. This part is attack skill level is good. If you are going for Warcry, but we really have nothing else to use for Warcry. So I don't talk about Warcry first. Like attack skill level, and then element damage, armor for every tank strength, not bad also. 16% armor, restore missing life. This one also not bad. And then 12% additional base damage for 2-handed weapon. Paralyze effect, this is good. Max life per 4 strength. 90, this is for mapping also. And then the rest at the bottom is all don't need. So is this have too much effects? So it's a bit hard to get the correct effects that we need. You have to rely on the Divinity Pact. Where to search, go to Trade House. Then the Divinity Slate here. You have to go for Divinity Pact. You have to go for God of Might if you need the God of Might effects. If you need the Brave, you have to go for the Brave. I can tell you, this shit is very hard to craft. It's much more harder to craft than the God of War one. before you craft, you can always go check it out on the effect list and select the legendary node. Because my 10% additional damage, here I have a DPS one, so I changed from this side to this side. If I didn't change, it should look like this. Look like this. Like that time when I craft for this one, like it's very hard. Like skill area not really needed. Like this God of Might one is very hard to get correct effects. And this one we get the movement speed because of the 25% life regen speed. Here is another life regen speed. This one is copy the minus 20% distortion duration. So here is like 40% plus this one is 60%. And then plus this part minus distortion duration. Because we have high trigger, we need low distortion duration. And then also we need this one, convert. This is a must have, convert. And if you need the Paralysis, see if you can find it here. This one. Nope. A lot of star is not even available. That is like so annoying. This one is too expensive. Like 3,000, 4,000, who can afford it? So you can search for this, and also you can add the conditional groups. And then search and see what there's a cheap one. Which one is cheap? And then buy the cheap one. This one 600. This also 600. See which one you want to get. There's two ways to list down the slate. One way is make it like this. Your God of Might is at the corner, and then copy this and this. The other type is this type. If your Divinity Slate is useful on the last bottom one, then you put it on under here so that it can copy. It can copy the physical damage. And this part also have to copy. I get 2% additional damage to life and 12% erosive damage is because it's cheap. This two is cheap. That's why I get it. Now, not really available. Like I get two of the same one. But this one, the bottom is different. That time when I bought this one is cheap. Minus element damage. Here also minus element damage. And that basically it for the whole build. I think I already say it very clearly. I say again, if you don't have these 3 packs, you have to get best in slot and everything T0. Also your slate here, you have to get another legendary node that increase your damage, or the one that is minus 20% element damage taken for survive. I got one is here. And this part for the branding, if you want to get more damage, this have to be perfect. Every 5 effects, legendary effect is useful for your build. So all these things have to be perfect. If not, you will not have enough damage to clear the game. So for me, I can is because I have these 3 packs. And that is basically it. Still got what? If I miss out anything, just comment down below. At the comment there, I'll try my best to reply of what I know. For the Pact Spirit system, right? Destiny system, what we use, we get Thunder Magus, and then we get the Fire Magus. Fire and Thunder. Why not Frost Spirit Magus? Because it's too expensive. Thunder and Fire, they are a bit more cheaper. So I get it here. The time when I get the Thunder Spirit is like 300 over. This is like 500 over. So this is like around 700 frame eddy for 2. This is around like 400 or 500 frame eddy for 2. The rest is maintain the strength and dex, depending on your build, strength and dex, and then you have to use this to like, you need to lower the dexterity, then you have to lower it down. If you need to lower the strength, you have to lower it down. And then I add 1 resistance, 2 resistance. I add 2 resistance here. So it really depends. Another one is like this part, right? The dexterity. If you don't want, you can get max life. Then your dex you don't need to get so much strength, and then the strength can get some resistance. And oh yeah, I forgot. Did I do the training dummy? Like here, I already have favor. With favor on 100%, I'm like 3 seconds or 4 seconds kept the training dummy. It didn't keep the dummy is because I don't have the rage. If you have the rage, then it will keep the dummy much faster. Like 4 seconds. But if I don't have anything, don't have rage. Not here still got the rage, but don't have favor. To cap it out is like 4. Yeah. Without favor is like 4 seconds. With favor is 3 seconds. And then this part can show you the damage. The main hand attack crit chance is 91%. I didn't really go calculate how many bursts I have because it's too annoying. So I believe I'm at around T2 burst. T2, okay, what is the burst? T1 burst is 1 frame 30 burst hit by using 30 tricks and wheel stacking to test out this one. How many stack we have. But this time I am not using the 30 tricks, so this is the fake one. So T1 is 1 frame 30 burst, T2 is 1 frame 15 burst, T3 is 1 frame 10 burst. So when do we know if we are T3 10 burst? By doing this. When you have enough crit chance and enough attack speed and the cooldown, your burst will trigger itself. This is at least T3 10 bursts per 1 frame. Yeah. But this one, because I don't have 30 tricks, so it's not stacked up. I can remove these to make it even clearly. So I rerun again. You can see. So like with your rage max, right? And then we... Oh, yeah. As you can see, this is 1 frame, 10 bursts. It will auto trigger itself. This is when we say this, at least you need to reach this part. Then your burst will start to get more damage. T3 is the start of the build, and then you go to T2. Mostly we stop at T2 because T1 burst is too hard to get. You need to get high attack cast speed. No, high attack speed and high cooldown. And like I'm not getting attack speed on here. My cooldown is not T0. I have an attack speed on T0, but not my cooldown. So with everything added up, I think it's like this part have to be 100 over. 100 over. So when to know when we have enough burst is when we do it this way. Your burst can trigger itself. That is the minimum that we need to get. And this part can add back the +4. Where's it? This one. Okay. Like this build, I don't really change anything. Mostly it's changing this one, bull rage, to the bury step, mapping, bury step. Sometimes I use bull rage. Boss fight, the Super Showdown 20, we have to use bull rage. For me, because not enough damage. Still got what? I think that basically it. Like this video is a bit longer. It's because pro build here, I'm not sure if I can squeeze in another one. Yeah, it's already max. I need to delete something. I'm not sure what to delete because every one of them, there's player that is looking at it. Like they are looking at the build. So if I delete, then it will be very bad for them. They can't look at any guide. So if you want to look at the build, just check what I use here. Or this one. This is the same, just that there's a few note I haven't get T0. Like this books is using my old books. Yeah, just follow this one. Everything is the same. Yeah, everything is the same. Everything is the same. This part also. Just that this one is bull rage. For boss fight, the Super Showdown 20 also bull rage. And that's it. So I will share this build code at the description there. Got anything, can ask me on the comment down below. Okay. That's it. I don't think I missed out anything. If you guys find that the guide is useful, give me some like and subscribe the channel. Thank you guys. See ya. Bye bye.